Shabbat Shalom, Shabbatah, Happy Sabbath family. Welcome back to Flipping Pages, Stirring Sauces by Ahab, Tawada. Gratitude to those of you who have liked, shared, subscribed, and commented. And if it's your first time, welcome. Tonight, it's kind of hard sometimes to deliver the message as it is given, but I did try to write as much of it down as I could. I'm going to try my best to relay it to you. But anyway, as I've said before, that the Creator gave us dominion over everything on this planet. And that is a literal fact. I am going to go one step further and say that He gave us the same power that He has. And I'm going to use myself and my son as an example, or maybe both my sons. When my oldest son was 17 years old, he got his ears pierced, and after they healed, he decided to take my platinum diamond earrings, and he has been wearing those earrings now from 17, since he was 17 years old. He's 23 years old now. I've never asked him for them. I would never ask him for them. He's never returned them, and I hope he never does return them, because what belongs to me belongs to him, and there's nothing that I wouldn't give my children. And when they were younger, he would say to his little brother, "Why are you touching that?" And his little brother would say to him, "It's Mama's." And which means that if it's Mama's, he can touch it, because if it belongs to Mama, it belongs to me. And I will tell you this, my bedroom doors have never had locks on them. And when I go to bed at night, my bedroom door is always wide open, because I want my children to be secure in the knowledge that they have access to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's the same with the Creator. We are His children, and there isn't anything that is good for us that He wouldn't give to us. And He wants us to have access to Him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I said here that the Creator gave us the same power that He has, because if it belongs to Him, it belongs to us, His children. And I do believe somewhere in the Bible it says, all God's power was given unto man. And I take that literally. Whatever power He has was given unto me. Maybe not in the same strength that He has it. But He gave us the power to calm the sea, to walk on water, to speak to the wind, and have it be still. To speak to the animals and the fowls of the air. And he gave us tools, Tools. Sometimes I talk funny. He gave us tools, strength, and power to control and manipulate all of the elements and every living thing on this planet. Now Moses had his rod, which he used to part the Red Sea. Samson had his strength in his hair. David was a praying man who was loved by the breath. He was knowledgeable and possessed amazing physical strength. He was very good in battle and was a very strong, physically and spiritually strong man. Daniel was powerful in his prayers and in his faith. Job was a man of faith that was unshakable. Solomon had wisdom. Yehoshua had the power of discernment and healing. And we all have those same powers. We have the power of discernment, and we have the power of healing. And when I speak about our oppressors, I'm not speaking about my neighbor next door who is trying to survive and feed his family. I am talking about entities in high places like Charles III and his ancestors. You see, the slave traders could not put a hand on they couldn't put a finger on one hair on our heads until his ancestors and the Roman Catholic Church got together to steal our identity and enslave us. They were given written authorization by Charles III ancestors to do this wicked thing. And their greatest fear was and will always be that of unity between melanated people. When we are united, we are unstoppable. When we are united and we are in possession of our instruments and vessels, nothing can come against us. Let's sidestep for a little bit. People are up in arms about the fact that Charles III refused to shake the hand of a black man. Not everybody who looks black is black. My question is, what was he doing there? If he is truly a melanated man, what was he doing there? Why was he there? If you put yourself under the roofs of a fowl, that fowl is going to poop on you. And as they say in Jamaica, fowl can't shit on you unless you put yourself underneath the fowl roofs. So, back to our instruments and vessels. I wanted to show you a picture. Just bear with me. Where would I find it now? Just Give me a second here. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Yes. I wanted to show you this picture. I hope you can see it. Of Elizabeth Windsor in all of her regalia and her glory. Now, the crown she's wearing, the scepter she's holding, the bracelet, the necklace, the brooch, the diamonds and rubies and other stones in all this get-up that she's wearing. You can't see it properly, but yeah, all of that she's wearing. Some of the stones were stolen from India, some from Africa. This Star of Africa diamond is in some of the jewelry she's wearing. The Rosetta Stone from Egypt. Stones in her necklace stolen from Kenya. Stones in her scepter stolen from South Africa. Other stones were stolen from Nigeria, Barbados, Australia, and Fiji. And she looks quite proud, dignified, sitting there, all dressed up in all those gems and articles which were stolen from the people her ancestors colonized, and she carried that colonization through to the day she died. And now her son Charles has picked up where she left off and is carrying on with that. Even the color purple, which represents royalty, melanated royalty, was stolen from us. And to show how sneaky and ruthless this little woman was, when islands in the Caribbean gained their independence, it was given to them with the right hand, and then it was taken away with the left hand, because they couldn't bear to give up control of the colonies. So she formed the United Nations, which gave her governance over the islands and countries that they colonized. As such, until the day she died, she was still head of state in a lot of those islands and countries. And now her son Charles, whose reign will be very short, has taken up where she is left off. Now, if this character thinks so little of melanated people that he refuses to shake the hand of a black man, why would we want that entity as head of us, as head of our nation? Why would we want that? Why would we give a damn about the so-called death of his mother and his upcoming coronation? Please make that make sense to me. These criminals should be charged with theft on a grand scale and be locked up. But people put them on a pedestal and refer to them as royals and high society people. They are spittle. Sometimes the information that is given to me so clearly, I cannot communicate it the same way that it was given to me. And but I try. It is challenging sometimes. And while it is clear in my head, I can't always relay it as I would like to, because the English language is very limiting and it condemns us daily, and I try not to use those condemning words. So sometimes it's a little hard to express. But it is not just the unity of the melanated people that is necessary. And that is not all they are afraid of. There needs to be a trinity. There needs to be three. People talk about the Trinity, but that is not the Trinity that I'm speaking about. The Trinity that has been revealed to me is completely different. The Trinity that I'm speaking about is the unity, the knowledge of Israel as a people and our possessions, our instruments, our vessels. The unity is oneness of all 12 tribes of Israel. The knowing as in us recognizing who we are as a people and knowing our true history. Knowing the power that we possess within us. The possession is us actually touching and feeling our instruments and our vessels. On their own, our instruments and our vessels are powerless, because we have the power to make those vessels and instruments work for us. Some of you will understand what I'm saying, and some of you will not understand right now. But in time, when certain things are revealed to you and are made clear to you, you will think back on this conversation and you will say, that is what she was talking about. In the not too distant future, 2 of the 3 are going to come together. And when they do, the third part, which is our instruments and our vessels, are going to turn on our oppressors literally and beat the crap out of them. They are going to beg us to take our instruments and our vessels back, because they're going to be literally, physically beaten by our instruments and vessels. Our instruments and vessels are going to take on a life of their own, so to speak. and attack these people in a very vicious way. And this is why they have divided us as a people. And this is why they have tried to erase our history. And this is why they have our artifacts locked away in museums and charge us a fee to view them in their museums. Melanated people do not do that crap anymore. Do not go and pay to look at what is rightfully ours. Stay out of their museums and their art galleries, because we don't know when these vessels and instruments are going to take on a life of their own and start beating the crap out of these people. And if you're in the way, you're gonna get your ass whipped as well. And this is why the Vatican has 50 miles of our artifacts locked away in the Vatican. When the 12 tribes of Israel realizes who we are and we unite, 50 miles of artifacts and instruments and vessels are going to take on a life of their own. And all hell is going to break loose. It is all about the energy. We are not in our true form. We are in a physical prison. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And spirituality, being spiritual, is all about that positive energy. Now, the Bible says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and power in high places. Right now, the energy is being blocked because the workers of iniquity are hard at work. And that is keeping us divided. You see, they've had a chance to look at our spiritual writings. They've had a chance to look at something they had no business looking at. So they know all of our secrets. And it's funny. In Jamaica, we speak our original Hebrew language every day. And we don't even realize it. You know, when you say to somebody, "Where ya go?" You're saying, for lack of a better word, "Where gotta go?" That's how connected we are to the Creator. We refer to ourselves as God. Where ya go? Where ya do? What is God doing? Where's God going? And it goes right back to where I said in the beginning that He gave us His power. There's so many words that we use on a daily basis in Jamaica that is a part of our original Hebrew language, and we don't even realize it. How you do? You remember the old people saying, "How you do?" that means how are you? That is a part of our original language. Israel is slowly waking up. And once we start speaking, eating, sleeping, and living unity, that positive energy is going to start flowing freely, uninterrupted, unfiltered. And then we are going to see and witness and experience the true meaning of no weapons formed against me will prosper. I hear people throwing that. I hear and see people throwing that around every day. And they have no idea what they're saying. They have no idea of the power behind that. But in my lifetime, we will see and experience what that really means. Because when these three come together, our unity, our knowing, our vessels, our implements, our instruments, nothing will ever be able to attack us. When they shoot their bullets off of us, it'll bounce off of us. It will not be able to penetrate us. When they try to knock us down, you can just blow at them and blow them off into wherever. We need to live in unity with our melanated brothers and sisters. We need to eat, sleep, and speak unity. And we need to do our research and find out who we are. We are the head and not the tail. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I give you my peace. I give you my Ahab. I give you my Baruch. Shalom. Shabbatah.